Oh my, do we have a lot to talk about on this one? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we're going to be covering the Arizona Cardinals throughout the entirety of the 2024 season. So subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started. Okay. So the Arizona Cardinals lose to the Detroit Lions 20-13, right? So if you haven't seen this game or you didn't see this game, you look at the stats, you're saying to yourself, oh wow, right? That's not bad, right? The Cardinals lose by 7 points. That's not bad at all. And honestly, it's not bad. It really isn't. I think the Cardinals did a very, very good job defensively in the second half, but we're going to break that down here, pretty soon. Let me just say one thing here real quick. The fact that the 49ers lost, the 49ers lost against the Rams. So now we got a three-way tie, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 for everybody but the Seahawks. The Seahawks are now 3-0. Who would have known, right? The NFL is absolutely crazy. But okay, let's talk about this game. A lot of things happened. Now, I did mention the fact that the team that was going to win this game was going to be the team that's going to run the ball the best, right? I mentioned that before, and I don't think that really shocked anybody because it came true, right? If you're going to come out here and sit and tell me that David Montgomery was going to go 23 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown, and on top of that, Jahmyr Gibbs, 16 carries for 87 yards, I would have thought that they would have blown us out, right? Like they would have absolutely wiped the floor with the Cardinals. They didn't. They only beat us by 7 points. Now, the way this game started was obviously pretty high scoring from the get. I thought this was going to be a high scoring game personally, like in the 30s. Boy, was I wrong. But Jared Goff goes up the field with David Montgomery. They get a touchdown. Now, the good thing is that the Cardinals did come back, right? Gave him a haymaker right back. We got a touchdown right back. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. Let's get this going. Problem was that in the second quarter, they scored 13 points. And then we scored 3 points. So we were always seeming to be trying to catch up to the Detroit Lions. And if you're behind on a team like this that can run the ball the way they can, it's almost kind of feeling like, I don't know, deflating, right? It feels deflating. Now, there was a big, crucial, pivotal moment here for the Arizona Cardinals that has been going crazy in the social media world. And I mean crazy in the social media world because there was a play that happened before the 2-minute warning. I've watched this over and over again. Now, we can probably disagree. That's fine. I'm not saying the reason why we lost was because of the refs. No, I'm not saying that. But this was a big crucial play. The time was around like 2:01. Now, the crazy thing is that the refs allowed the ball to get snapped. And the ref, you can see behind, allows this play to keep going. The Arizona Cardinals defense did a very good job, batted the ball in the air, and Mack Wilson Sr. grabs the interception and takes the ball to the house. What do you know? The refs come out and say, oh, it's 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-minute warning. Now, the ref expert came out on TV and said it's their choice, right? There's nothing they can do to call it back. It was a decision that was made. But if you're really watching this on a playback, it just seems so freaking weird. The fact that the refs allowed this play to continue until it was too late for the Lions, right? And I'm not sitting here saying, oh, they wanted, the refs are, maybe, I guess maybe, right? Maybe the Lions or the refs wanted the Lions to win. I don't know. But that was such a big, crucial, changing momentum swing for the Arizona Cardinals to potentially take the lead going into the half, right? Potentially. Now, they did score 20 points, so we probably, wouldn't have the lead, especially if we allowed them to score points, but we could have taken the lead. We could have. It was called back, and then the turn of the second half for the Cardinals, the offense was MIA, man. It was MIA. It was very frustrating to see. It was very, very frustrating to see that the offense was not doing anything. The defense actually showed up. The defense showed up. And here's the thing. In my mind, there's no way I'm going to sit here and say, oh, the defense needs to, have them hold them under 13 points. We know what our defense is, right? We know what the expectation is for this defense. Holding up to 20 points, that's actually a huge win. And they've got so much opportunities to the offense to do something, and they just couldn't get it done. The offense looked like they regressed big time. Big time. Now, this isn't the first time. This is the first time the offense goes MIA in the second half. We've seen it a little bit here in the last year. We've seen it in the Bills game as well this year. It's definitely something that needs to get fixed, right? Kyler Murray, how do I explain this? He didn't have his best game today. He really didn't. It almost kind of seemed like he was trying to do too much, like forcing the ball too much. He ended up this game with 21 receptions. I'm sorry, he was 21 for 34, 207 yards, and then 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Now, guess what? Kyler Murray outrushed our running back in James Conner. James Conner had 9 carries, 17 yards. Kyler Murray had 5 carries, 45 yards. The offense couldn't get going in the second half. And I think that's one of the big attribute to why we lost, right? Because we could have won this game. I think the Cardinals just beat themselves. At the end of the day, they beat themselves. They could not get the job done. And it's unfortunate. It really is, because there were so many Lions fans, a lot of Lions fans in State Farm Stadium. And good for them, right? Because, I mean, they're a team that's going to go deep in the playoffs, right? They're going to go deep in the playoffs. The Cardinals are in their year 2 of Jonathan Gannon. This was a winnable game. That's where I'm going to leave it. This was a winnable game for the Cardinals. But you can't expect the Cardinals to win with James Conner having 9 carries, 17 receptions. Another thing that really stood out was the third down efficiency for the Cardinals. The third down efficiency for the Cardinals, we were 1 for 9 today. And guess what? The Lions were 6 for 12. They were 50%. We were 1 for 9. Now, to be honest with you, I feel like the offense did a really good job to contain Aiden Hutchinson. I think he only got 1 sack. Now, there was pressure on Kyler, and it didn't help that the right tackle keeps getting hurt, right? Every right tackle that we have is getting hurt. I don't know what it is, but somebody needs to fix that. In penalties, we didn't do so bad. We were 4 penalties, 30 yards. They were 9 penalties, 79 yards. They were shooting themselves in the foot a lot more than we were. Time of possession, 36 minutes for them, 23 minutes for us. It's one of those things where you don't have to look very far than the stats, right, to really figure out what happened in this game. The Arizona Cardinals had an opportunity. They had an opportunity to win this game. And yes, it could have been because the refs, completely blew that call. And I'm still going to take that to the grave. We were robbed. We were robbed from 7 points from Mack Wilson Sr. That man is a freaking baller. Mack Wilson Sr. is probably my favorite free agent acquisition. An absolute baller. It's just the defense can only do so much. The defense can only do so much, especially when they're putting you in a position to potentially win it or tie it, and we just can't do it on the offensive side of the ball. So, prayers up to, obviously, all our right tackles. Prayers up to Trey McBride. It seemed like he got hurt. He was taken off the field, and I think he was going to the blue tent. I'm assuming it was a concussion. It was a really bad head-on-head collision with Branch, their safety over there. And then that seems to be kind of the gists of what happened in this game. Very winnable game for the Cardinals, but don't panic, right? We got a winnable game next week. We're 1-2. The sky isn't falling. We can go back to 500. We just got to fix what we can fix. And that is, how can we get this offense going in the second half? Simple as that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts in this game? Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day and go Cardinals.